Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiana and I have...
Hi, I'm Marty.
Lala 400.
Lala 400 in the building. Today we're going to be filming a video on sexual harassment. Sexual harassment. I waited all day to say that. Sexual. Do you guys remember? It doesn't matter. Yeah. Alright, so I want to begin with what is the earliest memory that you guys have of being sexually harassed? And mine is, I think it was second grade.
That's your earliest.
Yeah, that's the earliest memory that I actually have of being
Amazing.
sexually harassed. I feel like that's a reasonable time, even though it shouldn't be reasonable. But anyway, second grade is my earliest memory of being sexually harassed. I was on my way walking, because I used to walk from school, and I used to walk with my brother, but this time I was not walking with my brother. I forgot why he didn't go to school, but yeah, he didn't, so I was walking by myself. And there's this park that you had to walk through to get to my apartment where I lived in Oakland. There's this guy at the park, and he was just like, oh, my mom told me no. He's like, your mom told me to pick you up today. And I was just like, what? What do you mean? And he's just like, yeah, she told me to pick you up. And I was thinking, I live right there. But I didn't say that, obviously. But yeah, I think that was like a form of sexual harassment because he was low-key trying to abduct me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was trying to, I think that was like an attempt at abduction in second
That's
grade.
when you yell stranger danger.
Right. Look out here. I used to chest. But yeah, that's my earliest memory. What about you guys?
I was like 12. I was like beginning to like go through puberty, and I have this like family member. He's like a step family member, and he's just always just super creepy. But like that was when he really just started like paying attention to me and like wanting to give me a hug and like, oh hey, like ask me questions, and like up until this point like you've never like showed any interest in my life. Like what's up? And my mom's just like, just get over here, come over here. But yeah, I was like 12, but yeah.
So he's just like coming on to you, not really strongly, but like in subtle ways.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like he had his own daughter, and like it was just like, dude, like.
That's what I don't
That's
understand.
what annoys me. Okay. That's what annoys me. It's like older men are so like aggressive with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, what annoys me is like, I know I look 12. And like when older dudes try to get at me, it's like, I know you know I look 12. So like you're basically trying to get at your daughter.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this to me? But no, my earliest memory was like maybe the year after my freshman year of college, because I didn't start drinking till freshman year. And it was like the summer I went home, and I went to a house party, and I knew everybody there, but like I got super drunk, and like, you know, they never seen me hella drunk because I'm never drunk around them in high school.
Plus you weren't really drinking prior to college.
Exactly. So like I guess some dude, I'm not gonna say name, but like he saw opportunity when I went to the bathroom, and he kept, you know, like trying to touch me, but like I knew to call my sister. Okay?
Yeah.
I yelled for my sister's name, and she came right away. So like, I'm grateful she was very, yeah. But like, if I say no, like just don't touch me. Like, just because I'm drunk doesn't mean I'm not aware of what's going on.
Yeah, like if someone resists your advances, like why would you continue to do something? Speaking of bathroom stories, I was at a bar in Berkeley. This would happen this school year. I was at a bar in Berkeley at Kips, and I went to the women's bathroom, one bathroom. So you walk into the bathroom, the toilet's there, bam. That's how the bathroom's set up. But the men's bathroom, for some reason, had a couple urinals and a stall with the toilet. So I was like, I would go to the men's bathroom, the fuck? The women's bathroom line was way too long. So I went to the men's bathroom, and I go into the stall, and I start using the bathroom, and I hear this guy say like, oh, the rule is if you use the bathroom in here, then we all have to watch. He literally said that. Yeah, that happened to me this school year. And then, but luckily my faith in humanity was restored, because another guy was just like, dude, that's hella creepy. Like, why would you ever say that? Like, don't ever say that. And I was just like, because I was about to come out and just throw dukes and elbows at everybody. Like, I don't know who said it, but somebody's getting bit, okay? The boundaries, like, for some reason, women are supposed to just accept like sexual comments and advances for some reason in the society that we live in, Western society. I don't know how it is in other societies, but in Western society, we definitely are supposed to like have some type of acceptance of the sexual comments and not really have much to say about it. But the truth is that it affects us every day. That a lot of women, their first occurrence of sexual harassment happens really, really young, extremely young, before they even probably start thinking about sex themselves, which is crazy. For like, why would you want to make an advance at a kid who probably hasn't even gone through puberty yet, or is going through puberty and like figuring himself out? You just never know how you're gonna affect someone. So you probably should just keep the comments to yourself if they're not old enough.
They find opportunity and they run with it.
Right. There was this one time in Oakland, always in Oakland, all my stories here. It's not, I love Oakland, and Oakland's not a horrible place, but all my stories
All the times
just
I've
happen to
been
be
out
Oakland.
here in the Bay Area, I've been harassed in Oakland. Not gonna lie.
They're aggressive. They really are. They're like, hey, they do the finger.
If you don't say anything back, you either get a gun pulled on you or get called a bitch.
Yeah.
Either way. Like,
my cousin at the BART station, straight up, like, we were getting off BART. I forgot how old we were. It had to be like middle school or very early high school. But we were getting off BART, and this guy just came up to her and was just like grabbed her and started hugging her. And like, we did not know this guy, she didn't know this guy, and he just came up to her and just like grabbed her and pulled him to her. And so she just started punching the shit out of him. She's like, who are you? You don't know me. Like that's just insane.
It's like the entitlement of people is just like what gives you the right? Like, what makes you think you have that right? Like, honestly, like, what makes you get up of a dick? So like, I gotta do what I want. Like, no,
exactly.
Like, you have one brain, not like it's just
like this male privilege sort of thing. Like, I can say and do what I want, and there's not going to be many consequences to that. This is like, it's, again, you just need to realize the effects that it has on the people that you're projecting your harassment on.
I mean, like me, like being a lesbian, like I've been like, all my sexual harassment issues have to do with men. Like, I've never once like stepped somewhere and like a girl is like, hey yo girl, like let me get at you. Like if I'm saying, yeah, like I mean, okay, that happened once, but like like it wasn't anything bad either. It was just like, she was like a friend of a friend, and it was like, she's like, hey, I was like, I don't know you, but hey, you know. But like after that, it wasn't an issue. It wasn't, you know, nothing persisted.
And that's another thing. People think because like they're being friendly with it that it's not considered sexual harassment.
Yeah.
But it's like, just because you're friendly and like I know you doesn't mean shit. Like,
yeah, it's all about respecting the boundaries. Like, if you're not comfortable with it, like just
fuck off.
Yeah.
Or I listened to that.
I think I've only seen once when I like saw a woman like sexually harassing a guy, but like she was way older than him.
Yeah. So
he was like, you know, a little sugar baby, but like still like it doesn't matter. It goes both ways.
It's just insane. It's really insane the amount of entitlement that I feel like men have over the sexuality of women, or like entitlement or ownership they have over women in general. Like, you don't even necessarily have to know or be in a relationship with that person, but for some reason you feel like you can touch on her. You can touch her booty. There's so many times where I've just been walking through a club or a bar, and men have slapped my ass, grabbed my ass, and it's kind of like,
and people try to
what
say
makes
you
you think
shouldn't
that's
dress
cool?
like that. Or I hate when they say that, like, you shouldn't be dressed like that.
The thing is, I was wearing jeans and I was wearing a jacket, so it's like, you just nasty. I didn't do anything. Right. I'm over here like, like, what's up? Like, none of that.
You gotta go into the club baggy as fuck, like, so I'm like,
exactly.
That must
put myself in a
shitty
box.
night.
That was the funky monkey.
Oh, the funky monkey, that bar.
Downtown?
Yeah,
they grimy out there. A bunch of old dudes. The older generation, I find, is more sexually aggressive than the younger generation. Like at the bar at Kips, the guy that made the comment was a young dude, and the guy that responded to the comment saying that's super creepy was also a young dude. And that just like makes me have faith in this generation that like there are people who have morals and that will stand up for things. And I feel like we're a generation that's not afraid to voice something when there's something that's going wrong, I guess, or there's something that we are against.
Sorry, but like, do you think that just means this generation is different with it? Because like I encountered, so I had a flat tire one time, and this dude pulled over and he's like, oh, I'll help you out, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, like, you're gonna help me out.
Yeah, awesome.
And yeah, and so we get along fine, like we exchange numbers because like he works right next door to where I live. He's like, oh, we should go get coffee afterwards. I'm like, yeah, okay. And like we're sitting there and he's being a total nice guy, total sweetheart. He's like really engaged in conversation, like he's trying to get to know me afterwards. And then like when he drops me back off at home and then like he gives me a hug. And he like kind of like feels up on me. I was just like,
the creepy hug.
Yeah, and then he starts texting me. He's like, oh, like I really want to see you this weekend. He's like, oh, I'm like, I'm really sorry if you have a boyfriend. I'm like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend. Like, I like girls. He's like, oh, let's a lucky girl. I'm like, well, I'm single. He's like, oh, really? I'm just like yeah. He's like, really now? He's like, how about we go to like the movies this weekend? He's like, my treat. I'm like,
did you not just hear what I said?
Right. And then like he just kept persisting, and like over the course of a week, like I was just like, all right, he's not crossing any. Like he would call me beautiful and stuff. He's like, I hope I'm not offending you. I'm like, no, if you want to like compliment me, and I'm like, okay, you know, but like I'm not gonna respond to it. But yeah, he texted me a few days later. He's like, oh, is there any way I can see you after work? Like, I miss you, da da da. I'm like, first of all, I just met you. I hung out with you once. How are you gonna miss me? He's like, oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he's like, I had a dream about you. I'm like what? Like, you had a dream about me?
You say that.
Slow down.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I can tell you about it. I'm just like, well, okay, what happened in this dream? He's like, oh, well, I'll give you like some details, but like we were at the beach. You know, we were hanging out, we watched the sunset, I held you in my arms, and then we were just like, I'm just like,
I roll.
Yeah, it was just,
sucker roll my eyes, then you harder.
yeah, he's like, I'll let your imagination take it, but I'm just like,
Oh, hell no!
He's like, what'd you think about it? I'm like, I like it better if you were a girl, and he's like, well, is there a chance I can turn you bi? I'm just like,
That's also insane to me that like if a girl or any person, if they declare their sexuality, they straight up declare like this is what I like, and you try to like do something to oppose that or make them turn them like that through like sexual acts. That's crazy to me because I feel like especially at your age, at this point you've had enough encounters in which you know like I don't think I like that, or I do like that, you know? So it's just kind of like, just fuck off.
Right.
Like, she literally said, I like girls multiple times. That's something that happened to my friend recently as well. She's considered like a stud or whatever. But often, like, she works at a restaurant, she's a server, so she gets men a lot asking her like, oh, like, no, you haven't tried guys yet, like, are you sure? Because she like, I don't think she has done anything with guys. She kind of just knew, like, I like this, like for most of her life. And she kind of was like, she grew up in a household in which like it was openly like she could just be who she wanted to be all along, which is great.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's like she always knew that she liked girls, and she kind of just like, this is who I am, and she acted on that or whatever. She commonly gets guys that ask her like, are you sure that you're a lesbian because you haven't even tried having sex with a guy yet, so how do you know? They're just like, are you sure that you're a lesbian because you haven't even tried guys yet? And she's just kind of like, are you sure that you're straight because you haven't even tried guys yet? So it's kind of like, it makes them think about what they're saying. It's like, let me bring some logic into the situation. And it's just like, it's crazy to me like how someone who explicitly declares their sexuality to another male or someone else and then continue to make advances towards them. It's kind of like, when does it end? Like, when do you just stop and just...
You're not respecting them at all.
Yeah, exactly. You're not respecting their decisions. You're not respecting their sexuality or their boundaries.
I think it's like an entitlement thing. It's like, just because like...
The male
privilege. Yeah, it's just... What, like, we're all human, like, what's the difference between, like...
Y'all are not entitled to shit, okay? Fuck, you really aren't.
The sexual advances that are kind of like more subtle, I'm not saying I respect them, but they're more respectable than the latter. So like, I've had men just be like, oh, you're attractive, let's get together. And I'm just like, no. And then, no. And I've literally had men touch me. I don't know at all. Like one time I was walking home from high school and this guy was just like, I was a virgin at the time, if it matters. but like he was just like touching on me, and he was just like, oh, but you ain't had no dick though, like so you ain't ready for no dick. And I was just like, I sure am ready, like get out of here. Get the fuck away from me. Like, are you kidding me? What? Like, I'm walking alone. This is like a warehouse neighborhood. Like, there's just a bunch of warehouses around. It's empty roads, and I'm walking by myself, and you come up and you just touch me. Like, what? How do you think that makes me feel? Like, what do you want to? Like, what if that was your daughter, your sister, your cousin, your mother, anyone?
They don't think about that.
Exactly.
They don't care. They're like, okay, well, it's not my daughter, so it's fine.
It goes back to that entitlement thing. Sexual attraction is just something, for me personally, that I've come to, like, accept later in college, but me, the old me, like, was someone that was like more conservative and would cover my body, because it's kind of like I was ashamed of being attracted to other people because of how they treated me as a result of being attracted. So like, even at this age, I'm still learning to accept being attractive, and it makes me very uncomfortable when men compliment me or make advances towards me, because it's something that I'm still coming to terms with. So.
But it's not something we should be used to. Like, why are we saying we should be used to like sexual harassment or like
there's
guys coming on to us like
harassment.
that? It is sad though. Like, I am used to it. Like, if it happens, like if a guy like in the club or a bar or something like touch me, like, hey, you know what's up? Like, I just brush it off now. But
you're just like. I just really feel like because women are so sexually harassed, that we're more sensitive to sexually harassing other people. I don't get sexually harassed by women. I think I've only been sexually harassed by a woman like twice in my life. Like, one was this year. She was aggressively kissing on my neck, and I was like, girl, stab. Like, you shouldn't go through with something that aggressive. Like, yes, okay, it's cool to be like, you're attractive, blah blah. You
it's
know?
okay.
Maybe
it's okay to be flirty.
Yeah, or like if I'm showing you signs, then yeah, like go forth. But like, if I'm just chilling, I'm dancing, and you're like, can I dance with you? I'm just like, yeah, girl, back it up on me. Like just do that. Just do what I tell you to do, okay? Don't go past those boundaries. Don't start kissing on my neck and licking me up and down. Like, calm down.
I feel like female sexual harassment occurs more within relationships rather than like with strangers.
Yeah.
So
What do you mean, like unauthorized sexual harassment in relationships?
Yeah.
Or is it like okay?
What do you mean okay?
Like, does the other partner like accept it and is okay with it, or is it kind of like, yeah, you're my girlfriend, so?
I feel like it's something that like gets overlooked because it's a relationship, you know. It's just like okay, like it's a little like hesitant at first, and then it's like, well, we're in a relationship, so it must be okay. But like at the same time, like if that person feels that like uncertainty, like it's something that needs to be addressed.
That brings up a really good point, because like in relationships, I haven't been in many.
But people don't even bring up something like that just because they're like in the relationship.
Yeah, it's kind of like something that like because they're your partner, they're authorized to like sexually harass you or do whatever they want. But it's like, if I can honestly say that in relationships, I still felt uncomfortable with being touched too much and being like grabbed, groped too much, because that's a thing. Like, just because you're my partner or my significant other doesn't mean that I want to be I want to be groped 24 fucking 7.
Yeah, it's personal space, you know.
Exactly, like
nice.
But
if I say I don't want it,
right? If I'm saying chill, dude, chill, and that's something that's really important. That's crazy, because that's something I personally have felt, and then like I also felt like I couldn't even speak up about it because of. This is supposed to be my significant other, like I'm supposed to be accepting of their sexual harassment, but it's like not necessarily.
Yeah.
If I feel like I don't want it, then I have the right to say I just don't feel like being groped today.
And the thing is, if that's if that's who you're with, your partner, like, you should feel comfortable enough to say that.
Yeah.
If you don't, then I'm not saying you shouldn't be with them, but if you're not comfortable enough to say that to them, then you need to rethink some shit.
Sexual harassment and even rape is something that still happens in relationships. And it's kind of like, in a relationship, you should be able to say, you know what, I don't feel like being touched, or I don't feel like having intercourse.
I saw this tweet the other day that said, like, this guy said, if you're in a relationship, you cannot be raped.
That's not true.
Like,
That's
what do you mean? Like,
so you raping.
What do you mean? If your partner is not okay with that, like, that's rape. Like, I don't get the logic there. Like, I don't.
No matter what the
understand it.
conditions of your relationship is, if it's not consented, then it's rape.
If I say no, like, it's no, motherfucker. Okay.
That's just, I don't know, it's really crazy because I'm just discovering how many people that I know that have been sexually victimized, and it's a majority of people that I know, it's happened.
It's way more common than it should be.
Yeah, and it's like family members. Mostly it's family members, first of all.
That's sick. Like, what? Like, your own, like, blood, you know? Like, how do you...
That's sad.
It's usually like someone that you originally will trust, and then it's like...
Sorry.
We got ghost. But it's like someone that you have like a sense of trust with, but someone who obviously is sick in their own head and who needs their own help. I pray that our culture, millennials specifically, have a lot of faith that will evolve into a generation that is more mindful and empathetic of everyone. Yeah, especially with issues that are coming up with minorities, with women. Where like there's a lot of things being spoken out about, rape culture, all that.
I'm happy that a lot of people are speaking up about it, because when you're younger, you don't want to tell anybody that at all. Like,
you feel
that
like
happened.
it's somehow your fault.
Like what happened, like my youngest, my earliest memory of it, this is really the first time I'm really talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've talked about it with my sister, but like not with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I just want everybody to at least have somebody to talk to about it, to let them know like it's okay, like it's not your fault.
Just know that it isn't your fault, and that it's completely the selfishness of the person that's committing the act on you, and that it's not necessarily your job, but it's very beneficial if you talk to someone else about it, or especially if it's a family member that's continuously sexually harassing you, that you tell someone else who can help you or do something about it, because you don't deserve to be victimized in that way.
Now, don't go telling the person that is for sure and go up to that person and kill him or something. But
no murder. If you see like something in the works, then I personally feel like it's your personal duty to you don't have to say anything to that person, but do what you can. Like, keep an eye on that person. Do what you can to help prevent a situation that's potentially traumatizing for that person.
It has to be understood that like the person that's going through it doesn't always have, it's not necessarily the courage or the strength, but it's just like the ability sometimes mentally and emotionally to like deal with the fact that it's happening, that it's happened. Okay, it happened. Now you gotta go and do something about it, because once you do something about it, it's basically reliving the action or memory that just occurred. Mm-hmm. So to know that somebody else is there, like, it's so much security, because like that the victim then knows like they're not alone. Like, someone else is gonna believe them. Someone else is gonna be there with them to like help them through it. Like, being alone is like nobody wants to be alone.
But like we keep saying, it's not your fault. Don't make it seem that way.
Yeah. It's
You did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm. And for you men out there that are sexually harassing women, yeah, y'all need to chill. Men, y'all need to chill. But like, from my experience, it's mostly men. I'm sorry. I don't have any statistics on this, and I don't want to be biased, but whatever. Men, y'all need to chill. You need to stop being creepy. If a woman says no, no means no. Like, I'm gonna get a shirt, I'm gonna get a hat, and I'm gonna get a bumper sticker that says no means no in my car. But I will. If you don't get a clear and direct signal from a girl that it's green light, that yes, this is good to go, then you just need to chill. You need to relax, fall back, and not approach them. Also, don't make sexual comments and make people uncomfortable in natural environments, like me just simply going to the bathroom and having someone make a comment about them wanting to or needing to watch me go to the bathroom. Like, that's not necessary, and you're causing pain, you're just causing negativity in someone else's life. So just be mindful of who you're affecting and how you're affecting that person, because you don't know what that person personally is going through and how they're gonna take it and how that's gonna affect them in the long run. So stop being selfish for 1 second.
You're gonna get kicked in the dick.
Right? Don't get kicked in the dick. Just chill.
Kicked in the dick very quick.
Get kicked in the dick very quick. Okay, so that was y'all. That is my final word. Don't get kicked in the dick very quick. That's my. So the final words for you guys? If you guys have final words.
I say, even if you're scared to speak out, at least speak to somebody, because that can give somebody else courage to speak out about it. Just letting it out helps you feel way better about it, I promise. Even if you think that it might hurt the other, who cares if it's gonna hurt the other person? They're the ones who did this shit to you. Okay?
They weren't thinking about how they're gonna hurt you.
Think about think about, you know, your mental being. If you really want to truly be happy and let that shit go, speak out about it.
I'm gonna quote Mama Ru. I think she says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love someone else? Like you gotta be able to take care of yourself, and you know, like taking care of yourself isn't easy. Like it isn't always easy, but the fact that you know that you have to take care of yourself, like it's all about taking baby steps. Where like, nobody's saying go from point A to point H all in like 2 hours. Like no, like wake up, like do what you can, but as long as you make progress, like that's it. But you also have to know that you're not alone. Like if something happens and you don't have the strength to talk about it, like all you need is a hug. Go to your best friend, go to your sibling, go to your mom, doesn't matter who. Like if you need a hug, go hug someone. Like hug something makes everything so much better. But like, so give them a hug one day, and then the next day like give them a hug and like go get coffee or something. Like do what you need to do in order to get to the point where like you're at peace with yourself. You know,
it's not your fault. Never forget that.
Never your fault.
And boys, don't get kicked in the dick too quick. I'm just saying, don't get kicked.
Because it will happen.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a while since I posted a discussion style video. I've been off my game, but I will be back on it as of right now. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment below if you're feeling me. Let's take a shot.